It's September 27th. Hey, what's up? Pretty good. How are you? Enjoy your day. Yeah. It's 2025. September 27th. God. It's concentration. The more concentration that you have, the more that you can feel God. God. The reason people don't find him is because they don't have concentration. Most people's mind is all over the place. They're always trying to do something. They're always trying to tell you something. But they're never looking for God. The only people that find out the truth are the people that search for God. He is the only truth. He's the only thing you're searching for. And I'm so excited to be here. Everybody's searching for the same thing because everybody wants to feel their best. Everybody wants to be the happiest. Well, Christian, I am 30 years old too. God is just concentration. But what everybody is searching for, they want to feel their best. And simply, it's not in your thoughts. You would never feel anything worthwhile from your thoughts. Because you actually want to stop thinking and you want to be absorbed in the life you are. You're simply straight feeling the life you are, and there's no thinking required. This is the best feeling in the world. And this is the fundamental feeling of everybody and all of existence. There's no debate about it because it's outside of your mind. Existence has a feel. Okay? This is what they call God. You've been misled and no one explains to you what it really is. And the only reason that I know is because it happened to me. And now I can focus in on it. And there's a fundamental feel of all of this around you. It's more than what you see. And it's way, way, way different than what you think about. Because what you think about is subjective. In fact, you only know reality from what you think about. It's your description. But beyond thinking, it's actually just the feel of who you are. Hello, MK. Thank you, Cryptic. I'm on a never-ending shroom trip. What do you mean? What do you mean by gang violence? Yeah. The only advice that I would give is to search for God. Because what people want, they want happiness, but they want eternal happiness. And everything that ever happens to you, every thought, every emotion happens inside of you. You only think it happens outside of you. The real matrix, it's actually inside of you. And simply, all of this has its own feel. It has its own fundamental feel, and it's the same feel. They refer to it as God. And what it simply is, how to feel it, it's why you came here. Well, you have to stop thinking. Or you can call it becoming still. Yeah. You like being miserable? It's fine. Everything is a direct feedback to the world. If something makes you feel like shit, that is God telling you. It is reality telling you, hey, that makes you feel like shit. It's not necessarily bad, but it can have consequences. When something feels good, this is God telling you it feels good. And so that's reality. Reality is directly telling you everything you want to know, but it's through the feel of it, and it has nothing to do with analyzing it. Your thinking really has no feel behind it. This is just here. It has no name. There is nothing about it other than me seeing it. There's nothing here. And there's so much at the same time. Okay? You see, that's just there. It's just there. But then we can label it a rock. It's still there. But let's say we see a situation where two people fight and we knew the one person. Now we get angry. We label what was just a fight. Now we label it, oh, now I'm angry from it. But it's the same as just the rock. So every situation that happens on Earth is literally just like that. Because nothing really matters. It's only when you put a label to it. So you create any problem in your life. There really is no government, which is the big one for most people. Anything is only on your mind when it's on your mind. And you create how you feel from what's on your mind. But you see all of this? There's no labeling behind it. Someone comes up and hits me in the head. It's the same as all of this. If there's an alligator and it eats another alligator's arm, there's no labeling it. If a blue heron comes and eats a fish, it just happened. And there it is. There it is. He goes and eats a fish. The blue heron. But guess what? We don't say it's bad. We don't label a whole story behind it. Your whole life is a story. And what anybody's ever told you is a story. Also some mushrooms. Everybody always wants to know something. There's nothing to know. Because you can't prove any one of your thoughts. It's metaphysical. It's impossible to prove any of your thoughts. What your thoughts actually and what you want to know, you actually want to feel it. Because when you feel something, then you actually know it. So, to know God, the only way you can actually know it which you would know all of existence at the same time, because we are it. We're not separated from all of this. You're only separated when you're in your mind thinking about it, especially if you're not aware of you thinking about it. You sound like a fortune cookie. How can I trust my feelings, though? It's your intuition. We're not talking about emotions, okay? It's the same reason why you don't go outside and start hitting people, because you feel that it's wrong, okay? It's the same reason why some other people go do evil things, because they do not feel. Yeah, it's the same reason why I don't go just and hit somebody or scream at somebody, because God tells me that is wrong. When something feels right, you'll feel it light up your whole system, such as giving love, giving a compliment. It's impossible to hate your life, because that comes from a thought. If you actually feel your life, they call it love, because it's the most immense feeling you'll ever feel. And if anyone has any debates, let me know. I like your photo, KD. Thank you, Kai. Thanks for the facial hair. If the police tell you that it's wrong, that's just what they said's wrong. Doesn't mean you could go save the whole world, maybe as a Batman scenario, but they still see you as an enemy. God will not lead you to jail, but if it happens, then it's meant to happen. Lego Americana, you don't believe God is a mythical, like being in the sky? That's because God is not a belief. He will never be a belief. Though if you're looking for him, it's better to believe. But it doesn't matter if you don't believe, because God is right here. Literally right here. And he is the feel. It is a liveliness that's keeping us alive. So there's space right here. And there's space between me and you, wherever you're at. There is something right here. We call it air, space. Okay? But what happens? This space, it is actually something, but we can't define it like knowingly with logic. Okay? It's all around. We breathe it in. But we can't really describe air. But if you empty your mind, this air, and it sounds ridiculous, will fill you. And you will actually feel the air around you. You will actually feel it. And this is what really is God. Because we know there's something here between the space. It creates distance. But how do we know? How do we know? Simply, if you empty your thoughts, then God comes in. Okay? Life is hard, death is permanent. Once you feel the life inside of you, then you will feel that you never die. So you have one thought. Let's just say you're thinking about ice cream. And you go and eat some ice cream. Then you have another thought. Oh, I want to go walk my dog. Or maybe you have a thought that I'm fat. Or this person's ugly. Well, your last thought about ice cream, it's not there anymore. It's died. The only thing that actually dies in this universe is your thought. And there's proof by the way I just said it. Because the only thing that dies is your identification with the thought. Oh, we're debating right now. Evil's what feels negative. Yeah. Negativity, it would be what makes you feel bad. And that's whatever makes you feel bad. I'm just walking in circles. Yeah. Listen, you have no enemies outside of you. It's only when you think they are an enemy. The real worst enemy is your brain. Yeah, it's your perspective, the way you think about things. Like this. Now, I'm not saying this is how I think, but we're just saying for a hypothetical situation. Okay, you think a war is bad. You think the war in Palestine is bad. Okay, let's say 100 people think that. But let's say I think the war is good. It's just what I think. Let's just say Charlie Kirk dying. A bunch of people think it's bad. Some people think it's good. Thinking, it's just whatever you want to think. Doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's yes or no. But the only way to go about any thinking, and I'll tell you why, is to think of it like God. God is positivity. So, and the devil's negativity. When you create positivity in your head, then you align with God. Simple. If you create negativity, what happens is you create negativity, but you will feel bad. You'll feel bad. So it's not about being pessimistic. You can be pessimistic, but it's going to make you feel bad. Okay? And what God really is feeling good. And he's always positive. That's why you feel good from it. Yeah. Well, you think I need advice from healthcare workers? I think you need advice from an insane asylum. See, thoughts can just switch like this. You think your thought matters, and I'm not saying it doesn't, because everyone has their own thought. But you can change your thought any second. So how relevant is it? Okay, let's just say you hate your girlfriend or you love your girlfriend, but now she goes and cheats on you, or she does something you don't like. Maybe she doesn't cheat. Maybe she just breaks up with you. Well, now you hate her. So you just changed from loving her, a positive thing, to hating her. And now you're restricted. Well, you did that. She didn't do that. The only one that control your mind is you. God bless you all. I don't care what no one thinks of me. And it doesn't really matter what anyone says. Because I have found the Lord through the situations in my life. There were multiple ones. And more importantly, I realized he's always been there. I just wasn't aware of it. No one ever told me. Because I was happy pretty much 80 to 95% of my life. The reason why people don't find God, because they're always in a rush. Whether their mind's in a rush, you can rush later. You're not going to want to rush. Because God is really a grace. And you have to actually slow down so you can become aware I'm just walking for exercise, Duane. God is not telling you to help you, Kennedy. That's through your thoughts. Because I feel God right here. Overcome anything. All right. Yeah. We're going to read someone's comment. Sheila, no one's going to make me miserable. And I appreciate you for saying that. When they see somebody happy, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I've always been this way. I'm actually tuning down my laughter to broadcast this. But once you're happy, people are going to say stuff about you. The people who aren't happy. So if you are happy, nothing can affect you. If you feel God, nothing can affect you. What someone thinks of me, they're completely allowed to. I'm still going to be hello, Australia. But I appreciate you, Sheila. That's a cool name. Yeah. You won't find God in text and Bible. Because he's right here. He is your awareness between your thoughts. He's the one watching your thoughts. Yeah. You can control the thoughts. All your thoughts are a pattern for what you're involved in. If you do sex and you watch a lot of sex / read about it, if you're weakly influenced, it's going to run through your mind all the time. Yeah. But you'll never think about sex if you just never participate in your world. Your thoughts are only relevant to the things that you see. Yeah. The Bible. I don't. Everyone's welcome in here. Yeah. So what God would really be? Let's just say he's everything. He sliced himself And that's what gave you life. You became an individual, but now we can think. And this is how the creation is really. But we get caught up in our egotistical self. Now we can become aware of our own self, basically, or what we are a part of. Yeah. But most people's minds, they just overtake them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Renee. As I was getting at the beginning of this, what God really is, He's just concentration. The more that we can concentrate, the more that we can feel Him. Thus, He is stillness Himself. Thanks. I'm happy for everyone in here. Kennedy. You were in combat in Afghanistan? Yeah. See, it's not that anything you feel is wrong. There's nothing wrong. You label it wrong. But let's say you get real ballistic angry. It's not wrong. It just sucks to feel that. It quote unquote, it feels bad. So, that's why, as soon as you feel anger, well, first of all, you can see how anger comes from the thought if you are aware. Because then you won't want to feel anger, and you'll just push it to the side. It won't even resonate with you. How people get angry, something happens and they just get caught. It just happens so fast. They get angry. They're not conscious. They have no awareness. And the whole point of being angry is so you witness it. Because anger actually wants to be happiness. So anytime you feel the limited experience, such as angry, it's as soon as you get over it and let life be. That's all we can do is let life be. Yeah. Let's say I was going to sign up for the Army. But when I got there, the guys were giving me a weird feel. I was feeling it, you know? And God was telling me no. My intuition was saying, no, something is off about this. Don't do this. So then I listen. If you don't listen, well, then stuff you prefer not to happen is going to happen. Tip of my joystick? Yeah. You was literally in the mud surrounded by blood. Yeah. And there you were. God is always trying to bring us closer to Him. If God is just positive thinking, no, I'm just saying, when we think positive about every situation, we align ourselves with the best possibilities. It's a for sure fire, because if you think negative, your reality becomes, you become like suspicious. It distorts the reality when you think negative. I'll never win $1 million. I'll never be worth $20 an hour. Well then, your wish is my command. You exit out all of the other realities and possibilities, and you limit yourself to $20 an hour, or you'll never win. Whereas positivity, it is limitless. But that's not necessarily how I found God or Jesus. That's just, when you feel the life inside of you, it is positivity. It's pure love. And it's limitless. Yeah, so I'm just using that as a way through the mind. The thing is, though, is God is always in control. All these things happening, even beyond human beings, it's out of our hands. So if it's all happening by God, it's already happening. It's positive. God wouldn't do something negative. So hopefully that makes some sense. Yeah, that is true, John Smith. And I'm going to go up to the newest comments. Hello, Mike Backstorm. Greetings from Buffalo, New York. I'm right in Pennsylvania. Yeah, we have to suffer because it propels us to search for God. Even if we don't know it. That it's how it happened to me, basically. Though He was there the whole time, I just didn't know what I was witnessing. Or you could say feeling. You know? Yeah. But that is true. If you, usually we identify with the narrative or character in our head. And then eventually, if you get stuck in your head too much, it makes you want to throw up. Did you ever think too much? You could never think about everything. And eventually it annoys you, especially if you don't want to think about something. But when you feel your life, you actually... How's it going? You feel God. And you always want to stay in this feeling. You'll never want to go back to thinking. Because thinking is rudimentary. It's just the thinking processing. And when you feel your life inside of you, then you become aware of your thoughts. First of all, you'll only have a couple throughout the days. And you'll still be rooted in the feeling of aliveness, which is God. So you can still, you might have a thought, but it has distance from you. And you see the thought clearly. And it doesn't hold on to you, no matter what it is. Yeah. Your thinking, it always wants to end. Because you have a question. Well, whatever you verify as the answer, which would be on you, then your thinking ends. All your thinking really wants to do, and I know it seems crazy, is actually to feel. This is the biggest quest on earth. Because we are existing. And we want to feel our existence. No, what evil really is, Shashish, that's a cool name. Maybe sounds Indian. Yeah, maybe African. But what evil's not bad. It makes you feel bad. Okay? It makes you feel bad. It's not necessarily bad or negative. It's a feeling you don't want to feel. It would be fear. The devil hides in fear. So to align with the devil, or it's really just a negative entity, which is an emotion, by the way, to align with that emotion, you have to feel fear. Okay? That's the only... So, it's not bad, but you don't want to feel it. Let's just say you ate cashews. Everyone in the world in science papers, science reports, oh, they say eating cashews make you feel amazing. Well, you ate a cashew and you feel so bad that you don't want to feel that anymore. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. They could be lying. Yeah. The only time you fear anything, that is right, MK, is when you fear you fear fear itself. I could fear walking across this bridge. I could fear going on here, live, saying hi to someone, but I don't. Fear is just something in the mind. It's being locked in the mind and not feeling the bodily awareness. Yeah. God bless you. Living in fear is not bad, but it sucks. The feeling. Just as we expressed, you don't want to be sad for 5 years. Constant sadness, it weighs on your mind. And you don't want, your sadness is just a limited perspective. You want to be happiness. Anyone can be happy at this very given moment. Okay, why not? Kev, they do it with fast food. Yeah, I don't know how they make some of this food. Like, I ate peanut butter yesterday. More so because my body's messed up. But peanuts, they are made in a laboratory. I remember reading about this in history class. Peanuts are made by George Carvin. They're not real. But the taste of the peanut happens to be the best tasting nut there is. Yeah, so like, how do they manufacture that? It's the same with fast food. You know, but again, if you eat fast food, when you're younger, you're not aware. But let's say you eat fast food today, and you feel like shit. Well, that's your answer. But let's say you eat a banana, and you feel utter joy. Okay. Let's say you eat the fast food. You felt in love with life. You eat the fast food. You're still in love with life. Yeah. I don't know how, it's crazy how they make fast food taste like that. Yeah. It's usually our parents feeding us that anyway. Yeah, the actual definition of evil is bad, yeah. It's just negative thinking. There's intensity or degrees of your negative thinking, but it's still the same. Overcoming anything. Let's see. Are you simply afraid of hell? No. I'm not afraid of anything. The only thing there is to be afraid of is the thought. Don't kill the base. HIV positive. Well, that is, yeah, Renee. Definitely if you have a chronic sickness, it can definitely, and it is fucked up. Anybody who has a chronic sickness, or if you're nutritionally deficient, usually they go hand in hand, then it can mess with your psychological thinking. Yeah. But for most people, I usually speak for most people, there's always a few exceptions. So, God bless you, Renee. Because I know that chronic sickness, it can really mess with your body. Yeah. All we can do is keep searching out of God's will. Because there is always a solution. Yeah. Yeah. Fear of thought? No, fear of fear itself. Yeah. Yeah, you can only fear your thought, like, yeah, we just went over me walking on the bridge. You usually tell yourself, "Oh, I can't do this." I don't think I'm worthy. But that's just what you're thinking. The promise of eternal life, Richard, is, it's just words. But if you feel the life inside of you, you stop thinking, and basically there is no life. There is no afterlife, and there is no problem, especially. How could there be? Because you're not thinking. Yeah. It's not, it's a harsh concept to grasp through intellectually. Although the saying is real, you actually want to feel it. Only then you, quote unquote, know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my body, see, I've had multiple experiences with God, but I couldn't eat for the last 9 years, specifically from the vegan diet. I was on that for 2 years, but I'm not able to eat when I want to. Okay? So out of the last 9 years, first of all, I was beyond starving every day. I was so starving for 9 years. This is when I consider it happening. I was sitting outside of my body. So I knew I wasn't the mind, and I knew I wasn't the body. So, first of all, I don't recommend the vegan diet. I'm completely against anybody on the vegan diet. Same with vegetarians. They can go to hell. Because what I went through, first of all, no one cares. But I was sitting outside of my body. This was the first indication, and it was an ongoing thing. It did not go away. So this, I knew I wasn't my thoughts. Basically, I died and was dying. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that anything about me, whatever you think about me, is just what you think. Yeah. So, Andrew, Zach, if you're talking about me sending money, I only like to talk to people who are about their action, because no one I know in real life that I've ever met is about what they say they're about. And this is how it came to be. I came to be me. Because everyone that I've ever met is full of shit. Including me. But at least I'm about my shit. The Bible knew the shape of an atom. Yeah. Simply, someone knew the shape of an atom by sitting still. You can know anything. You can connect to the spiritual world. But you do this not by running around all day. And especially not by your mind running erratically. Yeah, but you can connect with the spiritual world anytime. Because all you really are is concentration. God is the greatest concentration. Yeah. Pain and suffering and sin. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, because like the suffering and the sin, eventually you don't want to feel that no more because it feels bad. Yeah. That's why I haven't been angry in like 11 years. Because I don't want to feel angry anymore. Anger basically is the devil, and it sucks. Yeah. The expression of anger, it sucks. That's why the devil is, he's all huffy and puffy because he can't calm down. We are our happiest when we are our calmest. Yeah. Sorry. Shave the beard. There's a reason why I have all this on. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. The whole reason why we came to this world, we wanted to build a place like God. That's why it's up to you to make that initiation. Thinking we could build a place like God is a sin because He's already perfect and you can't build nothing greater than thus itself. Yeah. No, it's not negative thinking. It will capture you in it. But just the fear, you can fear any situation. I could fear tripping and falling and losing my teeth. I could fear getting hit by that car. But the fear is just fear itself. Yeah. You can fear anything. And really, it doesn't even exist. Yeah, that's why thoughts are lies. Yeah. You can create them any way you want. But this earth and God gives us a moral compass. So why do I walk this way? Because I felt like He wanted me to walk this way. Why did I come on live? Because I felt He wanted me to do this. It's a feeling. Not an, it's a feel. So most people only feel this when they get something dangerous is about to happen. Uh, you feel something is wrong through your intuition. That is God speaking to you. And most people, when they get this intuition of something is wrong, it's usually like when they're with people and something's about to happen. That's the worst time to always tune into your intuition. Simply, it's always there. But let's say you don't follow your intuition and this place is like creepy. You feel it's creepy. Well, then it's usually telling you to leave or to do something. But most people don't listen. Yeah. How am I feeling today? You know, I've been feeling a tad bit better every day. Yeah. My my life is very different from a lot of people's, but that's just until I get better. So, thank you though, Raven. Yeah. Because basically when I fundamentally feel my life, I'm so depleted of nutrients that when I feel my life, it doesn't feel as alive. So I'm not thinking about anything. In fact, most of the time I don't. I don't really think. But my body is so missing nutrition that even when I feel life, it's very basically I'm super tired. Okay? Yeah. But this is like 1 in like 1 billion. So yeah. And yeah, this, I don't want you guys to get too caught up in me. And another thing I recognize is all my life before I got messed up, I was feeling happiness and positivity all the time. That's why yeah, it just was happening. And it happens out of you. But when I'm 16, I'm kind of like, I just think everyone else is happy. I'm kind of like in my own world. And I'm not saying I didn't have problems. I got over all my problems really fast. Emotional problems to a point where I don't have to battle with emotions anymore. Yeah. The thing is people get stuck in like their own world. So yeah, it's neither good or bad. The only reason that I care about other people, you could say, is simply because there's it's multiple things, but because I actually care and I feel them. Yeah. So sorry about all that. Yeah. Uh, Yeah, the experts. Yeah. when I go to the doctors and yeah, no one's ever really gave me yeah, the best advice I ever got was somebody like just over the internet. Yeah. No one's actually gave me good advice ever. That's a whole nother thing of the way and what I do. Because I listen to a lot of people. And most of these people are angry and want to control you. Yeah. Hello, Levi Lamplighter. Yeah. Overall, my bodies finally have gotten better. So, yeah. Before, you could say it was living hell because it felt like I was going to die every second. And that's you're not going to get another experience like this. It's, yeah. It's not comparing and it's not, yeah. But it just so happened to be. Yeah. I was sitting with death itself, himself. Yeah. For a long time. Simply because I couldn't eat. Sucks. Yeah. And what can people do to get your body healthier? Well, I had some people that were going to help me. They just delayed the help, MK. And they're still going to help. Whether it's stuff they can actually do. Also, being around happy people in a healthy environment. Yeah. And more so, it would be money. So I could try things. But once that, I'm probably going to get better before all of that. Well, more so the money aspect. Yeah. But I appreciate it, MK. Yeah. But, well, you could say that. So when you're about to die, but you got to understand mine was for like a long period of time. You give up everything. I've gave up everything. If you can actually imitate death. But are you willing to go that far? People are always holding on to things. But when you're forced to give it all up, you could say it was my will too. But I couldn't do anything anyway, so. You see how that's like another experience? Not only sitting outside of the body, but having to give up everything. Why don't I have a shirt on? Well, because it got super hot. And two, I personally don't like wearing shirts. I don't think anybody should wear a shirt, especially women. It should be illegal to let them have their titties out. There's no excuse not to. That's a sin in itself. Especially because they breastfeed. But that's just even an excuse. If you're allowed to go to the beach and have your ass hanging out with just like a string, yeah. What's the sense of having anything on at that point? I would give up my pants too. Yeah. The only reason we are obsessed with how women look is because we never actually get to see them. It's like this weird thing where women show you like half of their, it goes for men too. But why can I have my breasts out? I'm actually writing a book about this. It will be for free. All of my stuff is going to be all of it's basically free. But all the books will have a free digital copy. But why are we allowed to have our breasts out, but women aren't? That's freaking ridiculous. That is the most unlawful thing, if you ask me. But when you cover up like half of your tit, such as a woman does, you like want to see the whole thing. It's like terrorizing. What was the hardest thing that you had at giving up? Feeling the happiness that I was automatically there before, and feeling the life. Because I was simply always feeling it. I always did what I wanted to. What's up, boss? Yeah. That is a really good question, Dave Eder. But everything together, really. Before I got messed up, I actually was the happiest just ever. I was probably the happiest person in the world. But I was always happy. I didn't realize that it was just emanating out of me, as it is with you, because it's simply who we are. Only your thoughts can block your happiness. Yeah. So basically, I just felt dead. Yeah. And since you get so ravagely hungry, my body just felt negative. I couldn't feel good no matter what I did. I knew it wasn't me, but I couldn't do nothing about it. And I tried so many things, but I was just so starving for such a long period. Yeah. It's not the same as if you go and you starve and you die. That's easy. It's really easy. But when you get to eat like a little bread, a little something, it eventually prolongs and it gets actually worse than starving. Believe it or not. Yeah. But I would never want anyone to experience that. Yeah. One of the worst things, I guess you could say, was I couldn't think. Everything, it was like I was stuck in a dark cloud, fogginess, and I just couldn't, before I could just think like excellent to me. And then I couldn't think. So, like, I just felt like I should have been on a short bus. Yeah. That was one of the worst, for sure. I like if you were to be like, oh, let's go hiking. I couldn't think of what I would need to bring. I couldn't like think ahead, so to speak. But anyways. Theodore, I don't know what made you say that. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Hello, boss. I don't know what made you say that, Theo. I will do a live with her Lego. Yeah. Thank you, Jackaria. Nice to see you here, Lego. Yeah, Jackaria is a fun name to say. Well, Lego, I have a YouTube short, but I have YouTube shorts coming up to like October 15th, which is my birthday. I have like 4 YouTube shorts every day coming out. One of them I just did yesterday. Looks don't matter. Your body needs work too. Yeah. Experience with death would change your perspective. Yeah. It made me realize that no matter where I go over time, people always, some people want to travel, some don't want to. But wherever I would go in the world, I realized this is where it's happening. Everybody's eating, everybody's shitting, everyone's really doing the same thing. Maybe in different ways. But I realize this is where I'm going, is right inside of me. My advice is garbage. I haven't even gave advice in like the last 20 minutes, maybe even 30. and you just call it advice, and that's okay. You're allowed to think whatever you want. Oh yeah, like the only thing that I've wanted, even right before I got messed up, Dave, I wanted to go in a cabin. Like when I was on the vegan diet, towards the end of it, I would be inside doing stuff. I was doing so much stuff. The wilderness was calling me. I felt it. But like, all I want to do right now, which is going to happen, I guess, I want to chop wood. I want to be like in the woods. I want to hunt, fetch water. And I love fires. I love fires. I've not been around that many. But this is just what I want for now. And it's so funny because I stay like 5 minutes from my city, right around it. But I don't know anybody. There's so many people in the world, but I don't know one person that has a cabin or something like that. Well, my girlfriend does, basically, so. And that's where I will be going. Yeah, but I love being in nature. It calms down the mind. It's many other, like, away from the noise pollution. You get to be alone sometimes, solitary. And this is where you can really find yourself. There's a reason why these yogis go in the Himalayan mountains, why they have monasteries. You think they're meditating. They're not. They just have techniques to find God. They just want to feel the happiness inside of them. And when you stop moving, for most people, then your mind stops moving. And when you're in solitude, it's easier to do. Way easier. So that's why all these people do that. You are getting your daily exercise by walking. Walking's my favorite thing to do. Yeah. I think walking is the best exercise in the world. But it's literally also my favorite thing. Even though I kind of don't have energy for it, you know, I put my heart into everything I do. It's just, I'm sorry that you had a heart attack, Theo. Yeah. They actually, I was born with a bicuspid valve. You probably know what this is. So I have an irregular heartbeat. But for the last 9 years, my body was shaking like this every second on the inside. It still is. but I couldn't feel my heartbeat anymore because my body was shaking. But my heartbeat is irregular. They told me, like the doctors, oh, you know, you might. They told me I was fine eventually. So, yeah. Hello, Sir Drums. Sorry, I mean, the plant, the plant-based diet. That's still a plant-based, and I never recommend taking out the animal fats. I'm a big proponent of eating animal products. Yeah. I wouldn't eat vegetable oils that are cooked. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. The public doesn't mind you're just walking with your shirt off? I'm not sure why you're saying that, Sunny D. I mean, people do that on the beach and pretty much like everywhere on the planet. Lego, looks only mean something if you can just straight look at anybody, you won't think nothing of them. You look at the grass, some is not better looking than the rest. And even if you do label that looks ugly, that is just your mind. You can actually get to a point to where you just look at a woman or a guy, but you have to be very still and concentrate to where you're not judging their looks. There's no more attractiveness. There's no more nothing. When we get attractive to a woman, you're thinking in your mind she's attractive, or through your bottom energy center. Yeah. That is very like advanced or expert, so I don't. But ugly goes all the way to the bone. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of women that people really like the looks of them, and I was like best friends with them, but I didn't find them attractive. Yeah. Yeah. I think you should include like all the food groups. I'm not against like vegetables. So. But I don't think vegetables and fruits, they obviously don't have everything you need. Yeah. Well, Dave, Eder, we were giving advice like the first like whole hour. Now we're just talking about, yeah, shit that happened in my life, and but you're free to ask a question. I will be here. I'm here like every morning, and we're going to be ending this soon. But thanks for being here, David Etter. God bless you all. Take some time out of your day to do nothing. No phone, no watching TV. Preferably just sitting out in nature. Yeah. But I hope God finds all you guys, and all you guys become happy. My hairline is back there. There's a secret about my hairline, but I'm not telling it. I think it's the closest we get back to the garden. Yeah. The garden is already here. Yeah. Time is not future and past. It just evolves. It maybe devolves. But it's just us to manifest it. Come the PNW, brother. Yeah. Simply whatever you do that doesn't make you feel good, stop doing it. Life, more importantly, it's always calling you. Life has a purpose for you, but when you get caught up in lust and how I look and what everybody else is doing, then you get caught up in maybe making a family. Maybe that just happened. But you always know what you want to do. It's the feeling inside of you. And only you know that. It's the thing you love the most. Very few people actually want to start a family because it's their divine purpose. No, that's just something you're going to have to get over. I'm not saying that it's bad in any way. But once you get the family and have the kids, then you're going to have to put a lot of time and energy into that. Unless you just drop it. Like the Buddha. Which is... yeah. I don't know why you care about me having a close shave. Doesn't matter to me. Money and power will give you health and wealth. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, most people with money, they're in the wrong state of mind. They're not, speaking with their heart. They're just trying to get more money. And what I meant by the family thing is a lot of people create families, but they have no clue like what they're getting into. It's not about the kids or babies. It's about them lusting. Okay? And then they drop all their passions just to be with a woman. You essentially drop your life. That is not your God, what God wanted you to do. That's what I'm getting at. Your body is fat. Mm. How I don't know. I've never searched up how lean I am or my body fat. Lego. I actually want to be fatter. So health is wealth. Yeah. You have an irregular heartbeat right now. We'll go down to the beginning. Yeah. The thing is when people like get a family, that is just your limited perspective. The whole world is your family. It's like, oh, I got to do or die for my family. You really don't. But you become it's only about like my wife and my 2 kids. What about the whole entire world? You just basically said fuck you. That's the problem. You only think it's about you and your family. Every now and in extended family. That's the wrong way of looking at it. Very wrong. Simply because it's limited. If you want to be with God, you see the love and the uplifting you can give to the whole world. Hey, I mean, if it's a positive thought protein, then it's aligning with God. If it makes you feel good. The animal kingdom has one thing in common. It's all life. Yeah. Yeah, I responded to the comment, Drew Barnard. All animal kingdom has the same vibrating life that we do inside of us. We can actually become aware of it. Wow. Sherry Annie. Sherry Ann. That's a crazy name. God bless you. Yeah. God is always, you know, everything is in His control. If we're meant to live, we shall live. If we're meant to die, then it's on Him. I'm making a strong comeback. Yeah, you can. People don't understand, but usually because we're not eating the right food, you can look young. You're supposed to look good to the day you die. I full-heartedly trust that. Yeah. Theo, wow, that sounds incredible. You are a nutrition counselor. Oh, I mean, thank you for stopping by, Drew. Hey, I mean, nothing affects me. Only I can affect myself through my thoughts. Yeah. So what somebody says about me, that's what they say. And it's simply, I can't control how someone thinks. I think you look way better without the hair. I'm not trying to look better. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we trade our health for money. Yeah. If you're sitting down all day, I would limit that. Yeah. I would always limit that. Yeah. A lot of jobs, quote unquote, they're unnatural for us. We would never stand and sit in one spot for like super long. Yeah. That's why we have to make the change. Oh. Josiah, that's going through your mind, not anybody else's. Just know that that's on your mind. Thank you, Sheer. I hope God blesses you and you feel the most amazing today. Yeah. And I hope everyone in here feels amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I mean. What God has in store for us, it's never what we think. We are programmed at birth. This whole reality we are in, we are meant to break the program. A system is just that. Yeah. That's why when you get caught up in the system, it's not good or bad, but it's kind of like predestined. It's all right. I do not live a sedentary lifestyle. Yeah. You'll pretty much never be sick. It's almost impossible if you move all the time. Yeah. I'm you got to understand, I'm like the number one advocate for exercise. Yeah. I used to exercise every single day. Why would I do this? Because it made me feel good. Yeah, probably between 13 and 21, I probably exercise more than what David Goggins does now. Yeah. Like I didn't have a coach. There's nothing that I really wanted. I wasn't trying to prove anything. And I didn't hate doing it, most importantly. Thank you, Rasmus. I've been reading your comments, Rasmus. I just actually haven't said your name, but thanks. Yeah. You could say I rose beyond looks. And yeah, looks don't matter to me anymore. They did when I was like 19. And younger. Yeah. God bless all you guys. I at the age that I exercised, that's what I'm getting at, was it's at the age that I did it at. Exercising at 27 is completely different when you exercise at 13. If that makes sense. So yes, in a sense, I didn't exercise more than him. Yeah, but I would never do what he does simply because he hates it. No, but I did it so young. It's just different. Yeah, I definitely didn't do more than him, but I was doing it at such a young age, and there was nothing I was proving or needed to prove at the time. Like that's you del- you deleted that Lego. My look is not far from yours. Yeah. Yeah, people. The funny thing is, don't worry about the David Goggins stuff. It's not. Just know I worked out super intensely, but and my girlfriend used to ride the bike behind me while I would go jog miles when I was like 15. Doesn't matter. But if everyone would let their hair grow out, everyone would look like me. It's our natural look. So people always say I look like a caveman or whatever it is. But so do you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And him running 200 plus mile marathons. How's it going? It's yeah, that's not good. His his body probably hates it, which in turn makes him hate it. Yeah. Can you do it? Yeah. But it's probably not the best thing for you. I'm surprised, Lego, you blocked that guy. Because you never really block people. You have pain growing your hair out, MK? Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Matt the Visionary. Well, you just never block anybody, so I didn't even get to read what was said. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like, you gotta understand, like, someone Mike Tyson, go look how big Mike Tyson was when he was 13. He, the coaches used to be like, they didn't even want them boxing Mike Tyson because he was just unnaturally way bigger than everybody, whether he was natural. What I'm saying though is, Mike, it's a different mindset when you're 13, like I was. Mike Tyson got into boxing. He had a coach telling him what to do. He maybe had a dad. He had inspiration. Not me. I just went and did it because I felt good from it. I did want a 6-pack at 13, but then I just felt good from it. So there was no one behind me, quote unquote. And to do something like that at a young age, it's like someone who, like a Kung Fu. You ever see one of them Kung Fu babies? They didn't do that on their own. Or somebody who's really good at math. It's different when you pick up the pen and do the math by yourself compared to having like a bunch of people influence you. It's just it's a whole different realm. You can go and read all the comment after your live stream. Yeah, it like delays the comments for like an hour or two. You can't like go read them right away. But lately my live streams have like 1,000+ comments. So yeah, like yeah, well spam usually has to go. That's true. Yeah, no pain, no gain, my motto before the heart attack. And that's the thing, your body doesn't want to run 200+ miles. I'm not saying it's bad again, but your body you have to scan your body. Most people don't pay attention to their body. So when something bad comes up, hey boss, it's been making a ruckus for a long time. Yeah, like my hardworking days, such as vigorous exercise, I'm probably not going to do it anymore because my body got so messed up. But I have a different path now. Yeah. But it's just like feeling how most people are just they're not aware of what's going on in their body. And this is like reality speaking to yourself. When someone makes you like uncomfortable, your body is saying get away from this person. Especially in intimate relationships. If it happens once, it's going to happen again. And that is God just prepping you. Even especially when I was younger, there was times when I became aware of it, that like my body, I didn't want to be around my friends anymore, or those friends. And it just goes to show what they did. Yeah. And it's hard to get yourself when you're with these friends or in this relationship. But if they don't uplift you, you have to let them go. You know? And you could say it sucks, but you have to let them go so you can continue on your path. Only between you and God. There's better people out there for you to meet. But if you're still hanging on to these people who make you feel bad or uncomfortable, you got to get away. That's the sign that you have to get away. Matt Visionary would have banned everybody. he would have. Yeah. It stinks because a 16-year-old, if I told him this, or her, they're not going to understand what I'm saying. This message isn't even going to reach them. And that's when it's like really valued the most. Or it could have a big impact. But we're here now. Yeah. Yeah, that's great you did that, Sherry Ann. Yeah, I personally didn't like school sports. But I did track and field. I did basketball, football. Yeah, and I wish I never did any of those. Because I would play football in school, and then I would go play with the older kids right at the field, and it was way funner. Way funner. It wasn't even fun at school. It was old guys, like a bunch of like politics. Yeah. At least for football. And yeah. I just personally didn't like school sports, and I don't recommend them. Let's go back down. What is God trying to tell me with all these mats? That there's probably going to be more mats. And Matt is a common ass name. Thanks for being here, Russ Moss. I'm glad we look alike. Live stream is worse than cable. You really have to try to get a ban. That's why you became the mod, Lego. Yeah. No, you were in here from kind of like since I started going live. So see. Yeah, the mustache is going crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Tracy Watson. Holding my phone in one hand, holding the phone is just like, yeah. I've never read that, Theo. I have heard of him though. Yeah. I usually like all the interests in my life. They have to interest me for me to go like even after them. Yeah. And I've always done it. That's the thing. Matt spares no man. Hey, what's up, boss? I think Matt might be like, the other day he was in here and he just came in, and I was like, don't block anybody. And because he was about to get, we just started, he was about to block like everybody. But the negative people, they bring in other people. So they don't really affect me. So I have a further reach. And he hasn't, I know he has a new job in the morning, so. Yeah. 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 No, Matt, we were. No one was harassing you. No, you told a couple of people that you were gonna get them. How's it going? People were asking about you, Matt the Visionary. Yeah, you weren't gonna ban them. Maybe I said banned or. But I think some people in the chat were like joking about that. Yeah. I was just telling, they were asking about you, and no, no, they were just asking where Matt the Visionary has been. What's up, boss? And I was like, yeah, he hasn't really been in here. Have a good one. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, he got a new job, and yeah, yeah. I like the handkerchief.
Thanks. Yeah, just got a haircut yesterday.
Another one.
Yeah, give him a little swag with it.
Yeah, I guess those dogs have. There used to be a neighbor across the street who had like the similar dog as you, and she's the one who told me those dogs, they actually have hair and not fur like other animals.
Yeah, he doesn't shed. Poodles are like hypoallergenic, so it will just grow.
That's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Which is nice because I don't have to like clean up hair, but it will get, like, you saw him before. He was like really shaggy. So.
Yeah, it was that person on the corner. She used to have this dog that just like barked at everything. Yeah, yeah. But it was right next to us, so yeah.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Yeah, I mean no time to watch. I perfectly understand that. I didn't tell people about the job that you got because I wanted you to I didn't want to steal your shine. Yeah. But yeah, but we were just like saying a joke. Cuz Lego actually he didn't ban anyone, he just muted somebody. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the richest neighborhood, but I stay in what I feel is the best neighborhood. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of crazy stuff that goes on here, but it's getting more better, you could say, over time. So thanks, Theo. It's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah. But thanks. It's nice to see you, Matt the Visionary. And yeah, I don't expect like a lot of people to be in here all the time. Everybody's has stuff to do. And we were just explaining how like more people, the same thing I explained to you. Yeah. Especially like the longer live streams, which we're about to end. Yeah. I like to keep stuff. It's too long sometimes for people to watch, so. Go Samurai. All right, well, I guess we're going to be out of here then. God bless you guys. I hope all you guys feel happiness. Thank you all for being here. Just don't take life as serious. Whatever happens, lighten up and love each other. Yeah. I'll probably be here tomorrow in the AM. So thank you all. Well, if you want to take life serious, that's totally up to you. Yeah. God is playful. And, you know, this is all a play. I'll see you, Rasmus. I think that's like an Indian name. Thank you all. I really appreciate you guys. Danish. Definitely German. Danish. It's hard to see like the profile picture.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up, boss?